everyone, and welcome back to my weekly progress report. It is the end of week 3, which is super exciting, and I'm excited to be sitting in front of you today to talk about my week. Well, first of all, I will start off with what actually happened. It was my baby Boo's first birthday on Sunday. We had some friends around, I drank champagne. I really did enjoy myself. I didn't go crazy, but obviously in the lead up to the day, I was making some food. I definitely ate some cake, a whole bunch of things that I know definitely probably would have moved me out of being in an energy deficit. So all in all, I'm not putting all of my eggs in one weight loss basket this week. I had a great weekend, but I do know that possibly my adherence and focus to my diet wasn't necessarily where it needed to be moving forward on my weight loss journey, but that's okay. In terms of training, I feel like I'm training relatively well, and sleep has improved big time this week. I'm getting to bed on time, I'm sleeping a lot better, sleeping for longer. So therefore, I'm finding I'm just more energized throughout the day, more keen to move, and I feel like my recovery has improved as well. But yes, because it was Sky's birthday, I was putting a lot of my time and energy into planning the party. So I'll be honest, I didn't really plan out my meals too well last week. So as I said, I haven't jumped on the scales to see what my body is doing. But I certainly anticipate that my scale weight is probably up, and that's perfectly okay. I am going to be spending from now until next Wednesday in an energy deficit before I'm going to drive my calories back up and jump into a little bit of a diet break, giving my body a chance to recover. So I was having a little bit of a think this week about what I would like to talk to you about and what information I guess I would really like to share. And going on the same vein as last week, you are all intellectual women, you're smart women, you're educated, you like to educate yourself. So I thought I would keep the nature of the conversation moving down the same vein. In that, you know, when we first start a challenge, it's exciting, it's new, we start off with a whole bunch of discipline, we're motivated, and generally after a couple of weeks, unfortunately, what we do find is the honeymoon period starts to wear off. And we're finding that maybe finding some of that discipline might be hard. You might have a social event come up, you might have a public holiday, and those days can really have the potential to derail your progress. Not because they happen, but because you actually fail to stop, reset, and to go again. So this week, I do want to talk to you about the promises that maybe you have made yourself. Now, I want you to think about the ratio of promises that you make to yourself and that you keep versus the ratios of promises that you keep to others that you keep. Now, I can guarantee, girls, that while some of you might be very, very, very selfless, there is a very good chance that you maybe fail to keep the promises to yourself. The promises of self-care, the promise of exercising regularly, the promises of getting out of the house, the promises of making yourself healthy food, the promises that are really needed to see the changes that you want to see in your body composition that will actually end up making you feel so much more confident. And no, it's never about weight loss. Changing your exterior will never be what will be the main thing that changes how you feel about yourself on the interior. But having said that, it goes a long way that if you continue to break the promises that you're keeping to yourself, there's a really good chance that you're derailing your own personal confidence and your own confidence to actually carry through and to achieve success. And when it comes to reaching any goal, it really is dependent on your ability and your confidence to actually achieve success. And it's very much dictated by your ability to keep those very small promises that you have with yourself. Your success really does depend on you keeping them. And small promises go a long way because they end up being really important stepping stones to the next thing. So say, for example, you promise yourself that you're going to get up early in the morning to come train. When you do that, you're building confidence in the journey, and then you're more likely to be actioning other really positive changes along the way. If you start to make compromises on the promises that you make yourself, like you sleep in, or you stop being so protective of your own time and you start to, I guess, prioritize yourself less, you'll find that you'll end up bumping back a whole bunch of other priorities and promises that you're keeping to yourself as well. And it ends up turning into this sort of cascading effect of all of a sudden the plan really does start to unravel. So it is really important, guys, that when you make promises to yourself, don't let yourself down. You'd never let a friend down. And it's really important that you are continuing to build that trust within yourself, your ability to actually make changes. Because it's not about weight loss here, it's about your journey and your ability to actually see yourself grow and develop in a really positive way. So have a little think about maybe some of the promises that you made yourself at the start of the challenge and some of your goals, and break them down into really, really actionable steps, okay? It is really important that you start super, super small, so easy that you can't miss it. So, if you have, say, a habit that you're really struggling with, just dumb it down, make it so simple. So say, for example, you're really struggling to hit 10,000 steps. That's okay. Maybe go, all right, I'm going to, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go for a walk to get my coffee. I'm gonna walk around the block or something like that. Make it so simple that you just can't miss it. And I would say that it is really important that you start your day, every day, in the morning with a promise that you can keep to yourself. Because I do find that those that start with a really good habit, ritual, routine, whatever it is that you want to call it, those that start with a very predictable way that they start their day, they tend to win their day as well. That's why I love getting up at 5 a.m. because I know my routine. I get up, I make the same thing, I make my coffee the same way, I get dressed the same way. It's a sequence, it's a ritual, and it really does ground me and it sets my day up for success. And lastly, guys, I want to question you. Are you known for your follow through? Or are you the sort of person that jumps from one thing to the other and never really finishes something off? Don't be that person. We've got another, quick maths here, 5 weeks together. That's so much time. But also, now's not the time to be giving up on yourself. Now is the time to stop, to reevaluate, think about what is actually working for you, break things down into small, very achievable steps, and keep going. I just owned up to you guys to say that probably 4 days out of last week really weren't that great for me. Yeah, I got my steps in. Yes, I got my hit in. But when it comes to weight loss, it is about being in an energy deficit. And I probably had just too much cake. Even though I didn't eat that badly, I know for a fact I probably wasn't in the deficit I needed to be. And that's okay. I'm not going to think about it as if I've fallen off the wagon or now I'm back on it. That's just life. It just happens that way. So have a little think about where you can be continuing to build momentum, guys. I guarantee you're doing a whole bunch of things so well. But it is really important to stop, to reflect, and think about what is working for you, and think about the promises that you might be consistently breaking with yourself. You are really important. It's important that you value yourself, you value your own time, you value your own health, and think about it over a 3, 6 month, year-long journey. You can't go from zero to hero, and Rome was not built in a day. So it's really important that if you want to be that person that can sustain weight loss and to feel really confident and to feel really strong and to be able to empower others, it's really important that you start with the most smallest actionable step along the way. So have a little think about what that might be in your week. And I can't wait to share with you, obviously, how I'm going over the next coming weeks. I have taken my progress photos. I think I'm feeling leaner. I'm certainly feeling great. That is the most important thing. Keep the energy going, keep inspiring each other. Let me know if you've got any questions or things you want me to focus on in future videos. But that's it for me, guys. Nice, short, sharp one. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye.